All right, Bob, I've got the calls merged, so it should be recording now.
Okay.
All right, so I'm here with Bob Lucido, one of the top producing agents in the world, and number one producing team in Keller Williams. So, Bob, thanks for taking the time to answer a few questions and hopefully provide some great advice to agents that are out there. So before we get into that, can you tell us a little bit about what your business looks like now, how many homes you guys sell a year, your total, volume, commission, and all that good stuff?
Sure. Well, Dan, first off, thanks for inviting me to be on this telephone conference call, and be more happy to share so that other people hopefully can improve their business. So our team right now is comprised. We have our core business in Maryland, where we have about between 90 and 100 agents, about 32 support team members, and last year we did $619 million. This year in the core business we should do about $700 million and another 100 to 150 million in expansion. We also expanded around the country. We're in 21, soon to be 26 cities through the wonderful concept that KW has, which is called expansion. So we have 60 agents in expansion around the country and 90 to 100 in our core business.
Wow, that's impressive. Can you explain the expansion team concept and how that's working for you? Because there's a lot of people outside of KW that have maybe heard of it or but don't know much about it. I'm sure we'll address it.
Sure. Keller Williams, we have a very large core business. We have 3 mega agent offices in Maryland. We're opening our 4th in Annapolis in 60 days, and we're growing our core business very aggressively in Maryland. Keller Williams has a concept called agent expansion, where you can take your business and go into another city, into other Keller Williams offices. Well, we are doing that. Other people have been doing it for years. We've been doing it for 15 months. And we have 60 agents in different parts of the country, California, Colorado, Florida, and we are growing that very aggressively. So essentially, we have a core business in Maryland, and then I have a director of expansion, the person that runs the entire expansion program. He has team leaders and agents underneath of him, and we go into other Keller Williams offices around the country, and we grow from within those offices. Those team leaders, those people that are managing those Keller Williams offices want to give us agents because they want them to grow. So it is a huge opportunity for agents around the world, and it's also a huge opportunity for myself to grow our business throughout the state. Gary's vision was that you don't want to cap out in your core business. This gives everybody opportunities to grow to levels that you've only dreamed of before.
That's great to hear. Can you talk a little bit about how your core business team is structured?
Yes, we have our main office in Ellicott City. We have our in-house marketing. We have in-house staging department, in-house photography and videography. So we have all these services that help us to create an incredible value proposition to our clients and our agents. So we provide incredible tools and support to our agents. That one office houses about 60 agents. I have about 20 agents in Carroll County, where we bought the building, and we have an office in Carroll County. And all of our locations are on main thoroughfares. We have busy traffic. Like our main office is right next to a Starbucks, and we have 85,000 cars a day that go up and down the road and see our brand. So branding is very important. And then I have a third office in Baltimore County with about 20 agents, and we're growing there. And then we're opening in Annapolis. So I have someone that does director of growth. She does recruitment and training in our company, and her job is to help us grow our offices and our agents. help them grow their productivity.
So it sounds like your core team, if it's not already over 100 people, will soon pass that number with.
I think it is at about 100 right.
Annapolis office.
Yeah, I think it is about 100 right now or more. And some of them are producing very heavily. Some of them are new, and we're incubating them and helping them grow and develop into top agents. So, yeah, we've got a good program going and great support staff, and we're having fun.
Great. So, I guess how many more years do you think it'll be with between expansion and your core services till you pass that $1 billion mark?
Well, we were a little ambitious in saying we were going to do it this year in 2017. Our original goal was 2018, so we wanted to do it this year, but lack of inventory in the market, and we didn't open up several of our expansion locations until later. We were not going to hit the $1 billion level. We'll be between 750 and 800 million this year. We will hit $1 billion in 2018.
Great. Well, that'll be exciting, and congrats on that. That's rare territory. How did you get into the real estate business, and what do you think your keys to success were when you initially started out?
Well, my path is a lot different than anybody's that have ever gotten into real estate, in that I got into business when I was 18, 41 years ago, and sold new homes for builders and then opened a new home sales company. I had 300 employees. We were in 16 states. We had 7 offices throughout the country. We were selling 3,000 houses a year and 1,000 lots for builders, and having a great time. Never thought I was going to get into resales, and then the crash of '07 came and changed everybody's world. Made a lot of builders who were multimillionaires broke, and it was a very humbling experience. Along with my wife, Tracy, we started the Bob Lucido team. Actually, we started with Long & Foster. We were there for 30 days. Interesting story. And then we went to RE/MAX. We were at the RE/MAX for, I guess, 5 years. That was an interesting experience, but then we went to Keller Williams, where I just wish we would have gone there first in 2008, and who knows where our growth would have been. Keller Williams has been an extraordinary partner, and I'm very glad that we chose to be with them.
And what was it like those initial years when you made the switch from new construction sales to resale brokerage?
Totally different. You had to get back into the trenches and learn the basics. You're essentially starting a new business, because resales is totally different than new homes. Fortunately, I have some other businesses, and I plowed a lot of money back into the business, so we didn't have to take much money out of the company, or even any, for the first year or two, because we just reinvested back in our business. We built a big business, and we made a lot of mistakes along the way. I wish I knew then what I knew now. It would have been a lot easier. But it was a great learning experience. Again, going to Keller Williams would have just fast-tracked us so much faster, and wish we'd have started there. But we started in 08, May 15th, 2008, and left RE/MAX January 2014, and we had doubled our size since we left them 3 years ago.
Wow, it's amazing to me to kind of think back that in less than a decade you'll have gone from essentially being a new resale agent to $1 billion in sales annually. That's kind of crazy to think about that.
It's been a pretty interesting experience. Learning that, because when we were representing builders, that's all we did was represent builders. We didn't sell any resales whatsoever. So this was a brand new business. We had to do a lot of learning, and we made a lot of mistakes along the way, but we rebounded, and we keep making mistakes, but we keep learning and growing, and that's what the business is really all about.
What do you think your biggest keys to success are now? And then kind of the flip side of that coin, what are the biggest struggles or challenges that you face now?
Gary Keller says it, and he's so right. We used to be in the lead generation business, and we still are, of course, but our main focus is talent. And Gary says, you're 5 people away from anybody, anywhere you want to be in life. So finding great talent to help us grow the company. We're looking for, say what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people like you, Dan. I'm looking for superstars that want to be multimillionaires, that want to come partner together with us to create incredible value for customers and for agents, and to create an awesome experience for agents and customers so that we can have fun, we can serve our clients well, and everybody can make a lot of money once we help other people achieve their goals.
Was there a program or process or some type of value offering that you had initially or kind of along the way that you can point back to and say, like, this really led to our success, or this was key in doubling, or and it's probably evolved and changed, as your number of sales have gone up. So
we started out, we had a guaranteed sales program. We still have it. That's been very helpful. We have different segments of our business. We have a new home division. It's hard for people to compete with us because nobody has sold as many new homes as I have. Not boasting, but I sold more new homes than anyone in the state, and second to anyone in the country. So my new home experience is pretty vast. So we had a running start with that. We also started a senior housing division called the Silver Group, where we work together with assisted living communities and provide them an incredible amount of benefits to help their customers. We have a military division. We have a land division. We have a program where people can get their house fixed up and don't have to pay for any repairs till closing. We're very progressive and have a lot of programs to help our customers and help our agents grow their businesses incredibly successful.
Wow, sounds like you've got just a ton of different, vertical programs or departments that are kind of just aimed at a wide variety of groups to specifically target what they need. So you're kind of doing micro-targeting in several different areas, it sounds like.
Yes, we are, as a matter of fact. And we got key talent in those areas running those programs, and then we just hold them accountable to drive the numbers and make sure that we're delivering value and that we get the right people in there. Again, it's all about talent. And that's our big focus this year is talent as we continue to grow and expand our business.
Yeah, talent is there's no substitute for that for sure. So now I'd like to kind of ask for some specific advice you'd have for agents and consider maybe 3 different levels. So someone who's new or just starting out, someone who has been in the business for a while, has had some initial success, but maybe has plateaued or stopped growing, hasn't hired a team yet or started to think about that. And then finally kind of the third person, someone who has a team and, is well established. So kind of your big takeaways on what you give to people is those 3 different levels.
I speak around the country, Dan, and my advice is generally the same for just about everybody. Maybe I'll talk a little differently about the super pros, the mega agents who are producing maybe 100 million and above, 200 million above. My 3 pieces of advice are very, very basic. Number 1, join Keller Williams. I'm passionate about the company. I think they do an awesome job. The training, the coaching, the culture, the fee structure, they just have it all together. I meet with Gary Keller. In fact, I just was with him a couple of days ago. I meet with Gary Keller and a ton of other people every other month. We have an intimate group where we share and help grow our businesses. Gary is such a genius and an incredible visionary for this business, and he's a great leader. So number 1, join Keller Williams. Number 2, create your own great team or join a great team. And be careful. If you want to join your own team, be prepared to invest money, work a lot of hours, and carry the risk of a team. Or find a partner that you want to be with, somebody that you admire, that they have integrity, that they're honest, they've got a track record. I'm proud to say that I've got a spotless track record. I have no complaints. I have no lawsuits, and we just have a spotless record, and we're very proud of that. So know who you want to be in partners with. And if somebody was better than us and had a better program, I'd partner with them all day long, because it's not about my name and getting my name out there and making me feel good about being on TV or anything like that. It's about growing our business, serving our clients, having fun, and making money for everybody on the team. And then that's a win-win for everybody. So those are my three main objectives with three recommendations. Join Keller Williams, join a great team, or create your own incredible team. But I'll challenge you to take a look at my team and some other teams and see what these teams offer, and see what is it better than yours. Can you do better than that, or partner with somebody? Now, for the guys that are $100, $200, $300 million, you've got a great team. I'm going to encourage you to do the same. Look at partnering with somebody to see if they want to grow their business to new levels. We're looking at several different people that are very high volume to see if they want to partner and merge together to create something even incredibly much better. Some people plateau and they don't know where they want to go. So there's also legacy, where if they want to scale down their business, or maybe use as a retirement vehicle where they can sell it or merge or eventually fade out of the picture. It's a great process to be able to to step down out of the business over a period of years. Once you merge, and then you could transfer over to your partner that acquired you. So there's huge opportunities for those that have successful businesses that want to merge or use it as a retirement vehicle. But those are the three things: join Keller Williams, and join a great team, or create your own great team.
Those are all great pieces of advice, and I can speak from experience that Keller Williams is probably the best, national brokerage that's out there, and offers way more training than any of the other ones do, and has a great culture. And very interesting also what you said about the partnerships. And I think a lot of agents, never kind of think beyond themselves in the business, or even themselves in the business with the team, and don't really have an exit strategy. So I think there's probably some opportunities there for people that can figure that out.
Huge exit strategies are a huge exit opportunity for somebody that wants to pursue that. I'll say this again about Keller Williams. We used to be regarded as a training company. We still are the number one training company in the world. Then Gary said he's now a technology company. I believe he's investing $1 billion over the next 10 years, some huge number. That his focus is technology. And number three, now his focus is on talent. So education, technology, talent, these are all things that we talk about all the time that are growing our business incredibly. And being around Gary, it's just such a visionary. And I've had the opportunity to be around other leaders of other big companies, and although they're nice people and I have great respect for what they've accomplished, they don't hold a candle to Gary Keller and his vision of the business and what he does, and how he's a real technician, really knows how to operate and run businesses. He wrote the best book ever written on the subject of real estate, in my opinion, and that's The Millionaire Real Estate Agent.
Well, thanks, Bob. Great advice there about Keller Williams and Gary Keller. Two more questions. What trends do you see in the industry now, and where do you think it's going in the next few years or decade or so?
I wish I could predict that. Nobody really predicted what happened in 2007. People were always my partners in 2007, 2008. We were making a lot of money, but I was getting nervous because I look at the checkbook. But more importantly, I encourage everybody here, write this down. Always, always, always be looking at your pipeline. And if I saw sales slow down from 250 sales a month to 200, but our cash was incredible. You'll always be looking at your pipeline, number one. Number two, I've sold when rates were 21%. These rates are artificially low. As long as rates stay low and there's job growth, I think you're going to see housing, and you're going to see a strong market because this is affordable. I'm amazed at how much rents have gone up, and more people aren't buying, but they're paying these high astronomical rents. The other thing that I see a lot of discounting out there. You'll see Redfin, that's a good company, and some other companies that are discounting. And I'll just encourage everybody to make sure you have a strong value proposition. That price is only an issue in the absence of value. We have so much more value than what a discounter might have, that you need to constantly be showing what you're offering. We have free moving trucks. We have strong marketing, custom brochures. We have highly skilled salespeople. So there's a lot more, and we feel we net the sellers and the consumers. We net them more than any discount brand ever could get. So make sure that you have a strong value proposition, and that you're constantly building and adding onto your program, or you'll be surpassed by a discount broker because you're not offering the value. What keeps me up at night is, how can I deliver more value to my sellers and to my team members?
That's some really great piece of advice. I really love the quote about price only being an issue in the absence of value. So I think that's some great advice for everybody in the industry to listen to. And finally, last question. It's been an amazing decade for you, going from entering the resale industry to $1 billion. What's next for you? Where do you see it going in the next 10 years and beyond?
Well, I love this business. To me, I equate it the same thing I did when I was 18. I wanted to play professional baseball. I never got that far. I never got drafted. My son did, and he's playing now in professional baseball. And I equate real estate to baseball. This is just a game. I'm here. I'm having fun. And how well you do in the game, how well you serve customers, will dictate the money you make and what you can grow. I'm looking the next 10 years to see how much we can grow this and keep our customers and our team members incredibly happy, how we can grow this around the country and around the globe. And I envision myself creating teams around the globe, coaching them and helping them achieve their goals, and all along having fun, being the most respected team out there, and having all my stakeholders making money. But I won't do that unless I have great talent. So I'm looking for anybody on this call, or anybody that I come in contact with. If they're a great talent, I want to talk to them about how we can turn 1 and 1 equals 3 by us, the synergies of partnering and bringing our energies and talents together. So that's what I'm doing. And when it stops being fun, then I'm just going to go to baseball games and I'll step aside. So right now I'm having the time of my life and have no plans whatsoever of stepping down. I'm as passionate today as I was when I first started.
Thanks, Bob. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, and yeah, just so appreciative. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm honored you would ask me, Dan, and thank you to whoever's listening on this call. Thanks for taking the time. Hopefully there's a few tidbits of information here that can help you with your business. And if you ever want to chat about your business, or you want to talk about potentially partnering, please contact me at bob@boblucidoteam.com. Thanks, Dan.
All right. Thanks a lot, Bob. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.